Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be starting presently. I'm going to give it another couple of minutes to allow people to get in because sessions do tend to run long, not surprisingly, because there's some really interesting stuff going on, and we're conscious that people will be trying to rush between sessions. So we have 90 minutes for this really, I think, what is going to be a very, very interesting session. And so we have a little bit of time to spare, and I'm going to take advantage of that by giving people another few minutes just to get out of sessions and to come and join us. But rather than have you sitting there just waiting, I thought what I would do is just go through a little bit of the housekeeping for you before we formally begin the proceedings. You're aware, if you didn't come for the great debate, you're in the wrong place. This is the session which will be examining the challenges that we face over food security and climate change. How do we balance the two? And we have an extraordinarily varied and interesting panel of experts, and I use that word advisedly. They are all world experts on the subject. But you are part of this debate, and that is, I want to emphasize that we are really keen to have a proper interactive discussion throughout the session. We have a voting system, and I thought maybe I would explain that to you to begin with. You will have been handed these little voting things, and I just wanted to explain to you how to answer the questions. We will put up questions throughout the discussion. This is a little bit of a conceit. The intention really is to engage you, but we also think that it might actually produce useful information. We've tried to ask questions that are not too simplistic because we're aware that many of you are members of the community that thinks deeply about these issues. So we tried not to be simplistic with our questions. We tried to offer a range of options, and we're going to ask you to number them kind of 1 to 6, 1 to 4, whatever, in order of priority. And this system here, you press which question you think you should have first, you press that number, second, third, and so on. And the idea then is, when you're finished, to give them back, because we're not this is not a vast operation, and we don't want to be hit with a large bill at the end of it. So I would ask you, please do not leave with those response cards. They're of absolutely no use to anybody except the company who very kindly organized this for us. And so what we'll do now is we'll do the test question, and I know somebody is going to raise it. Please, sir, why doesn't it add up to 100%? But there, you've had the explanation there. So I'll ask you now, first of all, as I say, as the test question, to tell us where you're from. So if you would now press the appropriate response on your response card. And that's terrific. We're getting a very good response. Now, as I say, we think maybe we may get some useful information out of this at the end of the day, but if not, at least we'll have had some fun, folks. So there we are. That's it. That's extremely useful, and tells us immediately something about the makeup of this session. It looks like I don't really have to introduce myself to most of the people here. My name is Enright. I'm a broadcaster. For most of my professional career, I've been a foreign correspondent, first for the Irish Broadcasting Service, RTE, and more recently for the BBC. Now, for the BBC, as you can imagine, being a foreign correspondent is a very exotic job. And my posting for most of my career with the BBC was in a country called Ireland. So my job was to explain the quirks and vagaries of Ireland to a British audience, and I can't say that it was very easy. So that's my background. I also have an interest. I broadcast regularly on space and science, and I'm a member of the governing body of the School of Cosmic Physics at the Dublin Institute for Advanced Studies. So I've always taken a keen interest in these areas, and we at the Institute for Advanced Studies, we engage in fundamental research. Much of it has relevance to the issues we're discussing today, particularly our geophysics section. So these are subjects, this is a subject matter that I have a keen interest in. Now, the other thing to mention is Twitter. We are on Twitter, obviously. We have a Twitter desk who will be keeping us posted on the tweets that are coming in. Any responses yet? Yep. Okay, can we try and push up a couple of tweets there, just to as I say, we'll start the formal session in just a moment. But is there anything in particular that everyone's waiting? Amazing speakers, I absolutely agree. And the debate starts at 1:15. Well, in fact, it'll be starting just now, basically, to get us started. So we'll be going back to the tweet desk on a regular basis, and please do have your say. It's also helpful to me if you have a question or a comment about something that's been said. You don't just have to put up your hand and contribute. You can also, if you prefer, and you want to do that, you can do it by tweeting it. And I'll be happy to put the question to the audience or to the panel as we see fit. So that's your hashtag, and please feel free to use it.